Christy J with Free Spirit, and we are sewing through the Entangled Roundabout program. And y'all, we're about to do something really fun. This baby's about to grow huge, and you're going to be so excited. Okay, so you ready for your first surprise? Okay. We've been working on this. Okay, does this look familiar? Everybody got one of these at home? We've been looking on this, but what we're going to do is we're about to turn this baby on point. So this baby's a lot bigger than what we think. Okay, so we're going to turn this baby on point, so it's going to look like this. And then we're going to put these setting triangles on, or as I've affectionately been calling them, the wings. Okay, they have birds. This is that beautiful Strawberry Thief fabric that William Morris is so known for, and it's gorgeous, so pretty. You just want to wrap up in it and watch a movie. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. So these pieces are going to go in the corners. So I'm going to show you how to do those. It's a little tedious, but I've got a lot of tips and tricks to help you. Okay, so it's not bad, and I'm going to be with you every step of the way. Y'all ready to get started? Okay. All right, so the pattern, make sure that you're following along in your pattern, because she's got some tips and tricks and some different things in here. The first cut is going to be a little bit different, okay? It's actually 24 7/8 square, so that's a big old square, okay? And it's kind of an odd number, so I'm going to show y'all how I actually cut it. All right, so what I did was I pulled off a piece of fabric. So I cut a piece of fabric that was at least 25 inches long, okay? And I got my ruler, and this ruler is the 12.5 ruler. Love this ruler, use it all the time. And what I did, so if you take 25, so we're at 24 7/8 is where we want to be. But if you take 25, divide it by 2, it's 12.5. Okay, so this ruler is going to come in handy. So basically what I did was I folded the fabric this way, got it all nice and pretty and straight, made sure that my ruler fit up on it. Okay, so I folded it once. I'm going to fold it twice. You just need to make sure that your folds are nice and straight. Okay. So pretty it up, take some time, love on it, get it all nice and straight. Okay. Does it feel loved? You can press that if you want, just to make sure it's nice and straight. Okay. But that's 12.5. So I'm going to slide my ruler down to the corner and make sure your edge of your ruler is on those folds, because we don't want to cut those folds off, okay? We want to keep those babies, okay? So we're going to go right, we're going to do 12.5 times 4 is 25 times 25, okay? So get your handy dandy rotary cutter and carefully just cut that. And you're cutting through like 4 layers, so that's where that new rotary blade comes in handy. Okay. So this block should be 25 inches square. Okay, that's a big one. All right. So to get it a little less than, I actually cut off a smidge. You can go to 2 sides and just cut 1/8 of an inch here and 1/8 of an inch here, or you can fold it on the diagonal and just ever so slightly. So I folded it. Where's my long ruler? And I actually pressed mine, and then you push this all the way to the edge, because we just want to shave off just a smidge. run your rotary cutter over it, and you should be right at that 24 7/8, two triangles. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm going to cut mine in just a second. Another thing to note when you do these, so you're going to do 2 of these. When you do it, one triangle, what you want to do is you want to take your 2 squares, because you're going to need 2 squares. Take your 2 squares, put your birds going up, or else they're going to be flying upside down, which is totally okay if that's your design. If that's what you want to do, that's totally fine, nothing against that. But if you want your birds to be flying right sides up, you put your birds up here and your birds up here. I'll show you. Hopefully these birds are going the right way. And you do your cuts. So you're going to do your cuts this way, and then you're going to do your cuts that way. And there's a diagram in your pattern showing you how to cut those. Okay? Okay, everybody got their triangles cut? Do be careful on that diagonal line. It is cut on the bias, so we don't want to stretch it, so just be gentle with it, okay? The next part that goes on are going to be the blue strips. And there's a shorter one and a longer one. So take the shorter one, and you're going to start in the corner. And these are not going to match up, and it stressed me out to start with. I'm like, what? Did I cut it wrong? But no, you didn't cut it wrong. It's absolutely fine. So right here, it's going to be a little bit longer. Okay? So we're going to sew that one on. Move that piece of tape. Sew that one on. The next one, we're going to start in the corner again. So start here and go down. It might be a little uncomfortable because on some of these, you have to sew with the smaller strip down to the machine, which that's not typical with quilters. Typically, we always put the biggest piece of fabric on the bottom, but just to get these to fit right, it's always good to just start in the corner so everything lines up in the corner, and then you just keep going, okay? Do not worry about the sides being longer because we're going to trim those off in just a little while, okay? The next part is going to be half square triangles again. And let me make sure that I am doing these the right way. Again, pay attention to the orientation of these babies, okay? So that one goes this way. Shorter one first, so whichever way it goes, the shorter one always goes first. You just want to make sure that your navy blue goes in the right place. Okay. And you're going to sew that on. Once that all gets sewn on, and there's going to be a seam allowance here, a seam allowance here, everything's going to kind of push up this way. I've actually got one sewn here, and it was longer, and when you get to the bottom, everything kind of lines up here. And you just take your ruler, take your flat ruler, and you slice it to where it is even, okay? Because remember, you had some long lines from the blue, and then you had some long lines here. You'll have a little bit of a long line here, okay? So that just gets sliced off straight with your triangle. And then this brown piece is cut to kind of be a stabilizer, okay? So it's cut straight to the grain of your fabric. So you put that one, and what I did was I centered the middle. I found the center. I found the center of my strip, and then I pieced it all the way across. You're going to have this extra, and then you're going to take your ruler, and you're just going to slice it off. Okay. Get that where it needs to be. And you're just going to slice it off. Okay, right there. And then we are ready to piece that together to the quilt. One other little thing, she has you, because this is straight of the grain, this brown, we have to piece the brown, okay? So you can piece it straight across. I actually pieced it on the bias because I just normally piece on the bias. That's just what I do. If you need help with that, there's tons of videos on that, but you can definitely just piece it straight across if you want to, okay? All right, so there's our pieces. We want to make 4 of these because these are going to be our setting triangles for our quilt, okay? Everybody ready for the next section? One more section to go. One more roundabout. Thanks so much. Happy sewing.